missing something.
But of course you can't, a spider can only go in a certain line. So it's not necessarily the easiest to do. But basically it's pretty simple, is that you pick a spot.
There's something missing.
You start with one, and then the next one that you choose is going to go to the one that you first clicked. That way you don't have any ones connected. What I mean is, like, if we started with 1, we took 1 to 5. So that means the next one that we pick is going to go back to our number 1. That's basically the easiest way to have this kind of set up. So right now we have 1 at 7. We can start this up, but so now we want to send 1 to number 4. So what to do is we'll start at number 3, and we're going to send it over to number 4, which is located over here. Basically, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, and 8. That's how the numbers are set up for all the points, just so you know. Okay, so we started with 3. Now, we start with the next spider, and take that one all the way up to number 3. Since we started at 8, that means the next one we choose, which is going to be number 2, has to go to 8. That only leaves number 6, who instantly goes over to number 2, and we've solved the puzzle.
Curses!
Come on, come, please.
Now we have only one more puzzle to solve here on the first floor before we move up to the second floor, which, like I said, is a lot more puzzles on that floor. Our goal over here is going to be walking all the way over here, and we're going to be going into this room, I think it is. Yeah, I don't know if you can enter the other one. Yeah, this is the library. This is the one we want, and there's a telescope back here that we can do the next puzzle with. Some people choose to start with this room first and then go over to the other side of the first floor. Either way is good. I like to get that left side is the side I've memorized a lot more, especially, like I said, the cake puzzle in particular. And I remember most of the can puzzle. I have a list of the words that were supposed to be spelled out, so I don't waste too much time solving everything. I kind of just want to give a basic overview of everything and how to solve the puzzles.
You need more than lenses
Anyway.
to focus your thoughts on this one.
You have to spell out a sentence, and when you select a letter, the next one that you select must be connected last via a path. So, this is weird, but basically I already have the word that's needed. Basically what we're going to be spelling is "there is no possible way." That's the answer to the puzzle, so we start with T.
Doesn't make sense, or does it?
H. E. R. E. I. S.
A perplexing planetary poser. How puzzling. Perhaps a phonemic path can be phrased with a little postulation.
No. P. O. S. S. I. B. L. E. No possible. And then last but not least, way. There we go.
What twisted crime of logic would merit such a sentence?
Old Man Stauff built a house and filled it with his toys. 6 guests were invited one night. Their screams, the only noise. Blood inside the library, blood right up the hall, dripping down the attic stairs, Hey guests, try not to fall. Nobody came out that night. Not one was ever seen. But old man Stout is waiting there. Crazy, sick, and mean!
Okay, so now we're done on the first floor. Time to start heading to the second floor. Of course, we gotta exit out of the room first. There we go. The game's not an incredibly long one if you know the solutions, of course, but figuring out these puzzles for the first time. This is also the first game I had as a kid that I really had the strategy guide and used it to actually kind of help me out. Me and my dad actually played this game a lot together, this and 11th Hour, and thankfully I was able to re-get my strategy guides for both games over time. And I actually, I don't know if I've ever mentioned before in a video before that I used to actually take, that you had to bring books to school and read a book at school. But I would take strategy guides and read them as my reading material in school. Different teachers some teachers had issue with, because it wasn't really real reading material, but I would show through and show like the story part that would be usually written in some guides, and that convinced them enough to let me do it, read those. So I had cool teachers at least. Okay, once, just like the first floor, we can choose where we want to start, really, on this floor. So we're going to be starting on the left side and going to the bedroom here, and going to the puzzle on the bed. You have to solve the puzzles in somewhat of an order in order to unlock puzzles later on. So by doing everything on the first floor, we've kind of unlocked most of what goes on the second floor, and doing them in this order that I'm doing them in keeps everything.
Threes and skipping fives. Perhaps that's how one derives the answer to this wordy tale. But you won't win. You're bound to fail.
So, what you have to do is, you have these things, all the letters set up, and basically what you have to do is basically creating another sentence. And you have to use all the letters to spell a word and use the stars that are set up as the spaces between the words. So if we start up here, we can start with the letter T.
There are stars in space, but no spaces are allowed here. Only stars.
Right. It makes basically the hint to tell you what to use.
What did Stoff mean by threes and fives? I can't just step anywhere.
Okay, so what you can only move either you can either move back 5 or back 3, plus 3 or plus 5 from where you start. And that's how you start the puzzle. I always will remember this one, mainly because of the second phrase you spell. The first phrase we're going to be spelling is, the sky is ruddy. I didn't know what the heck that even meant. But the second part of it is, your fate is bloody. And just that sentence alone intrigued me enough. Sky, and then we're gonna go is we can go back to the star. R. Back to the U. Up to the D. D. Y. Star. And then we go forward to the U. O. Your. And then all the way up to the A. All the way back to this star. Back to this O, up to this D, Y, and then...
Don't think you'll be so lucky next time.
There you go. I always liked that puzzle too. Like you said, I played the game before, I remember the strategy guide, and I have a guide with me, so that helps.
But it doesn't have to be that way. Not if you and I work together. We can solve Stoff's puzzle. We can win. You can get what you want, Edward. What is it that you want? Edward, shall I try to guess?
Love
I know
that.
where the puzzles are to be solved. I know where the puzzles are. I'll take you there. But first,
The smells. It's changing. I can't breathe. I feel sick.
I will give you everything. I will give you what you want.
Ghost sex. Now, Bill Cosby had started in Ghost Sex instead of Ghost Dad. Things would have been a lot better. What? What? Why would... Never mind. I don't know why I thought Ghost Dad and Ghost Sex together. That's kind of weird. Anyway, backing out in the hallway. Go across the hallway, and we're going to the next puzzle.
Oh, it's so beautiful. And... oh, it's a maze. I remember doing something like this when I was a little girl. You have to follow it all the way to the center.
If you're wondering what she is actually referring to in that, if you look down here, this is the actual layout for the maze that's in the basement. And that's how you would figure that all out. Now,
Don't you just love surprises?
anyway, now you get the bishop puzzle. Basically, for this puzzle, you have to move the white pieces to occupy the same spots the black ones are on, and of course vice versa. Bishops, of course, if you know chess, can only move diagonally and cannot move on to squares, where of course, and in this case cannot move on to the squares where they can easily be taken by the opposing color. So that means obviously they can never run into one another, basically. This also means that bishops on different colored squares cannot affect each other, so it doesn't really matter since the bishops on one side start on different colors than the other ones. Okay, so if we think about this puzzle as in having A, B, C, D, or E at the top, and then we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 down the sides. So A, B, C, D, E up top, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 down the sides. So that's basically what we're going to be dealing with. Okay. If we take Okay. So we start with E2. That moves down to D3. We're going to go to A2 and move that down to B3. Wait, hold on.
Which way should I go now?
Go back real quick. I want to make sure that... Okay.
Which way should I go now?
A2, and then A3 up. So now we have D3, we want to move
Which
up
way should I go now?
to... up all the way up to here. And then we're going to take this one
Which way should I go now?
and move it all the way down to here. Okay, then we're going to take this one
Which way should I go now?
and move it up to here. And then
Which
this
way
one
should I go now?
down to here. Then we're going to do...
Which way should I go now?
Wait, hold on one second.
Which way should I go
No.
now?
Sorry, that's not the one I wanted. Okay, so now they are the way they are. We have A4.
Which way should I go now?
Okay, now.
Which way should I go now? Which way should I go now?
Of course, I think I effed this up now bad. Of course. Okay, everyone go back. It's not the one I wanted yet. Move these back. Okay.
Which way should I go now?
Okay, reset it
won't
real
have to
quick.
start
Sorry, I made a mistake somewhere. I'm trying to figure out where I made my mistake because I remember it's definitely. And then
Which way should I go now?
that's up there for sure.
Which way should I go now?
And this down here. Then it's this
Which
one.
way should I go now? Which way should I go now?
Go down to here. And then this one
Which way should I go now?
up to here. Then this one. Wait a second. No, not that one.
Which way should I go now?
All the way over to here. And then this one all the way
Which
down
way
to
should I
here. I
go
think that's where
now?
I was making part of my mistake. And now this one
Which way should I go now?
goes here.
Which
This
way should
one.
I go now?
Goes here. Then goes to C2, and this will go to C3. And then this we want to go to
Which way should I go now?
A4. Okay, hold on. These are here. And we want to move.
Which way should I go now?
Okay, I do want to move it here. Okay, it is right.
Which way should I go?
Because I think I
now?
want to do. And now this I can
Which
finally
way should
move
I go now?
up to this spot.
Which way should I go now?
And this one down to here. Then this up to there, and this down to there. Okay. Now this. This go down to there, and this up to there. Then this
Which way should I go now?
go up to here,
Which way should I go now?
and this down to here. Then we can move this and this. This
Which way should I go now?
goes all the way over to here. And
Which way
this
should I go now?
all the way up to here. Now I should have it ones here
Which way should I go now?
go up to B3.
Which way should I go?
What way
now?
should I go now? I don't even know anymore. Anyway, that goes down to there, and now we have this and this. And now this
Which way should I go now?
go up to here,
Which
This
way
up
should
to
I
here.
go now?
and then this up to there, and this up to there.
No!
Ah, that one was a little bit harder than I remember it being. Okay, once this is solved, go through here. Go down here, and we want to go through the door on the left.
Oh, this is all so beautiful. Look at this bed. Just like the bed I used to have. Once, I had beautiful hair. Once, I was young. Oh, yes, young. That's what I want to be again. Young. Oh, why, yes, I do appear to be free for this dance. Thank you. No, wait. I can think. This is too. No, this isn't what I wanted. This is. For me.
Ah,
This
the heart
plan
puzzle.
could get you into hot water.
There's something not quite straightforward about this maze.
You shouldn't have turned down here. Oh, bad move.
Of course, you don't want to really listen to whatever he has to say half the time. No, we went that way. And then go like that. That. We want to flip that one. And then flip this one, I think. It'll then flow around. That means we gotta flip this one. Not flip this one, because then it'll go up. Flip this one. It'll go through. Leave that one. But flip this one. Then it'll bounce off of here, go up, go around. We can flip this. Because we want it to go around, but then open up this one. So it'll flow through and down, bounce through, open up this one, and it should go to the heart. Let's see. Go all the way up, bounce off there like I wanted it, go around, and then go all the way through. I actually like this room, that weird thing where the girl wishes to be young and the ghosts somehow are able to give her a curse that ends up making her de-age into baby form. It's just kind of a weird thing. And there we go. We spill blood everywhere. Aren't we happy now? Nothing quite like spilling blood all over the place.
Wait! Come back! Don't! You have to leave, son. You have to come with me.
Why should I trust you?
Trust him. Don't trust him.
Please, come back before... Run! Get away!
Good, the great tiger is dead. We don't have to worry about him. And now we move... Too bad he didn't have the flashing jewel on his head. That's why he got killed. If he had the flashing jewel on his turban, he would have lived. Anyway, back out to the main hallway here. Instead of going to the one ahead of us, we actually want to make a left. And we're going to go in here for another puzzle. Look, he's alive again.
Ah, the madman's playroom. Tell me, madman, can you give me real magic? Can you show me?
The puzzle for this one, we're going over here. And this is the queen puzzle.
In every direction.
Okay, so for this puzzle, you have 8 queens at your disposal. You have to place the 8 queens on the chessboard in a way that no queen can take another queen. Of course, a queen can move in any direction for as long as they want to, so it makes things pretty tricky.
Queens can go anywhere they want, as long as it's in a straight line.
Right. So, this is one way to solve it. There's actually multiple different ways to solve the puzzle for this one. But as you can see from the setup here, we have them kind of set up in a couple of different diagonal motions for a couple of these. There's actually a total of 12 different solutions for this puzzle. So my way is not the best way, this is just one way.
Oh, they want the boy! No! Curse you! You can't! Hey, who are you?
I just want to get out of here. Please, I just want to get out of here.
Who are you? Why did you come here? Wait, wait! I know who you are! I know who you are! You're the seventh guest! And what I just saw... Now I understand! Oh, sweet mercy, I understand!
Mister, I'm sorry. I just came here. They dared.
The king? You're the one!
I'm gonna leave, mister.
Don't run away, please! Don't run away! Don't go! Don't go! No, don't go!
God, do I love the acting in this game. Any of these games. Another one that I actually thought... there's a few other FMV style horror games that I would recommend. Phantasmagoria is probably the best overall one, and one that I always recommend to people as well besides these, but I don't think Phantasmagoria is on Steam. I could be wrong. I don't follow Steam as much as I should. So anyway, we're out here. We're going to be making a left and entering this room here. Oh, we could enter this room here. Oh wait, I think we have to go... I think we actually have to get a cutscene, though I'm not positive. Here, let me see what's going on. We actually have to come back down here, I forgot about this, and go back to the library. I thought we were done down here, but I forgot about this. After you've done a bunch of the puzzles, you can go to the library over here and get another scene. And after getting the scene, we'll unlock more puzzles for us to solve. So, anyway.
Singing upstairs like some mad choir.
Well, I heard nothing except you rummaging around your room, yelling like a crazy man.
Why, I saw blood.
How ghastly.
I don't know how to describe what I saw. Why, none of you has ever seen...
None of the rest of us saw anything. How boring. I suggest we all leave and have some supper.
I think that we were meant to eat the soup.
Wait! We need some rules. We need to stick together, play as a team.
No.
Don't be such a bore, darling.
It's a game. That's why we were invited. It's a game. Everyone for himself. Or herself. Crazy old stuff is watching us, scaring us, watching us play at his puzzles. Only he knows the rules. Only Staff knows the rules.
Okay, now that we got that cutscene taken care of, we can now exit back out of this room, go back to the second floor, and that door that I just tried to enter should be unlocked now. So I think you guys can see why so far I would have been a fan of this game when I was younger. Just not just the corny acting and all, but these puzzles are actually pretty cool for the time. Now, there's a lot of better puzzle games out there. Like I love the Professor Layton series. I mention that probably all the time. I can mention puzzle games, and I'm sure there's others as well that are similar. And there's been a few kind of Layton clones that have also been good. But